New at 7 tonight, did you feel it? Just a bit ago, preliminary reports from the U.S. Geological Survey indicating a 3.5 magnitude earthquake about 4 kilometers northwest of West Valley City right here in Utah. We'll give you updates as we get more information. We're in the Wells Fargo Tower in downtown Salt Lake City. We definitely felt the building sway here. Glad you're with us on this Friday night, Friday, February 13th. Tonight, BYU says wide receiver Parker Kingston is no longer a student at the university or a member of the football team. Kingston made his first court appearance today after being charged with a first-degree rape, which is a felony. Now, the St. George District Court ruling that Kingston cannot visit Washington County without court permission. The 21-year-old was arrested on a first-degree felony rape charge on February 11th in Provo, nearly a year after a woman reported the rape. Judge Windward set the bail at $100,000. The court also ruling that Kingston or a third-party member cannot contact witnesses in the case, the alleged victim or her friends. Kingston also may not use social media.
You will not make any derogatory comments or disparagements regarding this person, this alleged victim, or talk about this case during the pendency of the case. I'll make the same order to the state of Utah. No talking about this case during the pendency of this case, to the media specifically.
If convicted, the first-degree felony carries 5 years to life at a Utah State prison, $10,000 in fines, and a 90% surcharge. His next court appearance is on February 25th. The state will provide discovery before that date. Then there will be another review in March, and then a preliminary hearing set for April. Yesterday, we got a better idea of how long this investigation took. According to court documents, the alleged rape happened last February and was reported 4 days later. Investigators say the alleged victim interviewed with the Washington County Attorney's Office in June. BYU's football season began August 30th. Kingston was arrested in Provo just 2 days ago. We reached out to BYU asking why Kingston was allowed to play during this investigation. The university says the administration and head coach Kalani Sitake were only made aware of the investigation and the allegations after Kingston's arrest. In other news tonight, former battalion chief at the Salt Lake City Fire Department, Kelly Carter, made his first court appearance today. It happened virtually. He is facing 10 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor. Carter will be in court next month for a scheduled hearing after police say they found hundreds of sexually explicit images of children on his phone. He is still being held in the Salt Lake County Jail. And 3 counts of murder have been filed now against the man arrested after 3 disabled clients were found dead in a West Valley City garage earlier this month. Isaiah Pulu was arrested last week after 3 clients were allegedly left inside of a running vehicle that was parked in a garage for several hours. The Salt Lake County District Attorney says Pulu acted with depraved indifference to human life and that Pulu had been previously reprimanded for client abandonment after he allegedly left 3 clients unsupervised for 30 minutes while waiting for transport. The DA answered questions from the press earlier today.
First of all, again, as we stated in our probable cause statement, he says that he doesn't get there till after 10, that he's there for a short period of time. But what the ring camera shows is that he's actually there at 9:09. So he comes pretty much immediately from the center, and then he's there ostensibly for almost 4.5 hours. And that you see him moving only on the rig camera that is prior to the 911 call. And so that was a very important part of that concern, that there are 3 individuals who are disabled individuals who need oversight and care from folks, that they are left unattended with the vehicle running and did it for an extended period of time. There's also been a warning that he had earlier that said that he cannot leave people unattended, which is aware of, and that was a very short period of time within which that happened. And so as we continue to investigate, that became a huge concern. Of importance to note here is that although we mentioned this in our probable cause statement, the CO2, the poisoning that occurred, note that there were apartments that were above there, and after people had fire had responded, those alarms were going off, and in the upstairs apartment over the garage, it was 600 parts per million. What the data shows is that 200 parts per million can cause death and be fatal over hours. 800 parts per million can happen, cause death within in minutes. So when we took all of these issues at this time, we believe that the charges at this time, based on what was presented to our homicide team, that they are appropriate.
Pulu was an employee of the transport company Safe and Sound. He was tasked with picking up and transporting the clients for the state of Utah. His role was to take clients on outings and act as a caregiver to address their needs. Pulu reported one of the clients had become disruptive. He allegedly left them in isolation, which he says he was trained to do for de-escalation, in his home garage in West Valley. Pulu says he had left the windows cracked, the car running, and the garage door open. When he returned, he found the garage door closed. The clients were pronounced dead by first responders there at the scene. Attorneys involved in Kouri Richins' murder case met again this afternoon. She's the Camas woman accused of poisoning her husband with a fentanyl-laced cocktail, then writing a children's book about grief. Today's proceedings centered mainly around experts who were testifying at trial. The state made a motion to exclude some of the defense's experts, but the two sides came to an agreement here on how they would notify the other in regards, that is, to planning witness testimony for 3 experts as they move forward. The judge also heard a motion by the defense to redact some items in transcripts from things like jail calls. The state is working through that and will present to the judge sometime next week. We have been covering this case since May of 2023, when police arrested Richins and charged her with murder. A few weeks later, in June, a judge denied bail for Richins after prosecutors presented evidence that included Google searches on fentanyl. The case has taken a long time due to numerous appeals on things like jury selection and also the location of the trial. Last summer, the state Supreme Court issued a ruling that paved the way for jury selection. This week, lawyers and the judge selected those jurors. We'll keep you updated on all the developments in this trial during the news on KUTV.com and also the 2 News mobile app. Utah lawmakers are now considering a bill that would expand free school meals to more children. Senate Bill 180 would raise the annual income limit for free lunch for K through 6th grade students and proposes the state use liquor tax revenue to cover the costs. 2 News' Leslie Duarte spoke with the bill's sponsor.
We know food insecurity is in the top 3 issues of families in the state of Utah. More than 10% of our children are experiencing hunger. And for many, the meals at school is all they have actually for the whole day. So we are very concerned and want to make sure more children, as food insecurity continues to be a priority for families, that more kiddos have access to a free lunch at school. So last year I had a bill that was trying to do all children covered for free meals. I still think that should be our goal, to get more kiddos, all children, to not be experiencing hunger. But we know that's really hard because it's an expensive price tag. So I'm doing incremental steps. I'm working right now in a population that is kindergarten to 6th grade, and is moving them from 185% of the poverty level to 200%. So that's up to families of 4 making $64,000 a year, that their kiddos can have access to free lunch at school. Children have no choice, right? People ask, well, certain families do not need that support. And I don't necessarily disagree, right? I mean, not everyone has the same needs. But regardless of the circumstances, no child should be hungry. And if you think about all the investment we're going to make with, for example, reading by 3rd grade, which is such a critical, I think, bipartisan issue that we're all behind, that we want all kids to read. If a child is hungry, even if you have the best teachers and specialists, reading specialists, you're not going to learn. When you're hungry, you're not able to, be the best that you can be and thrive. So to me, having meet these very basic needs, such as food, I think it's the return investment is huge for the state of Utah. Is the right thing to do. And these are kiddos kindergarten to 6th grade. And we're seeing also a lot of more withholding of food as a way of child abuse as well. So if we can at least provide a safe environment for children at school to learn and thrive, but also they don't have to experience hunger, I think is what would be the Utah way of helping our families and children.
Coming up here on Arc Salt Lake, the state is now ordering China to divest from land in Tooele. What lawmakers have to say about this deal.
2 News wants to see how you celebrate 250 years of amazing America. Scan the QR code or go to KUTV.com/chime in. Click Submit Content and pick Amazing America 250 from the drop-down. Whether it's your favorite monument, your favorite park, around the state, or around the country, we want to see and share whatever makes you proud to be American. Thank you for being a part of 2 News and Amazing America 250.
Welcome back. Just released today a letter from the state of Utah telling a Chinese company it must sell the former Miller Motorsports Park. Now, new changes are almost certain for the Utah law banning China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea from owning land here. 2 News' Brian Malahy reports.
The state waved the red flag over a company said to be linked to China owning the motor sports park. 2 News asked, and the Utah Department of Public Safety today released this letter telling the My Time Investment Group, in accordance with Utah code, you are required to divest your interest in the property within 1 year. That letter, though, was 18 months after a new state law took effect banning restricted foreign entities from acquiring land here.
The law passed in 2024. Why did it take so long to move against this company?
Let me just comment on that. I don't know that I have a good answer for you, but
Senator Mike McKell says new legislation now could force divestiture.
we'd like to see that move a little quicker. Yeah, we would.
How much more property is owned by adversarial foreign interests in Utah?
That's a question, great question.
We think it's very little.
2 News sent questions to the sports park buyers, a group known as PV3. What were the terms of the purchase? What specific steps will it take to restore the facility? PV3 did not answer those questions directly today, said it may later. The State Department of Public Safety says that additional properties that may be owned by restricted foreign entities are under investigation. At the Capitol, Brian Malahi, KUTV 2 News.
Another bill at the state capitol would allow rural school districts to add internet access to some of their buses. The sponsor says this would allow athletes and those on long-distance field trips to do their homework while on the bus. The bill would cost taxpayers about $325,000.
These kids are going to have to do their homework either at home on a computer or on the school bus on the computer. The only thing they're doing is saving time, and maybe it will have them be productive instead of being on their phones scrolling.
Under this bill, the state would pay to outfit the buses and help them run for a year. After that, school districts would then have to take over the costs. Governor Spencer Cox just signed 2 bills the legislature passed during the session. One bill impacts the judicial system, setting up a special 3-judge panel for certain civil cases involving the state or state officials. Cox also signed a concurrent resolution commemorating the 25th anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks. As we head into the weekend, a long holiday weekend for many, meteorologist Sean Kelly has that first alert forecast.
We've got a gorgeous and mild weekend ahead. In fact, we're going to be into the 50s tomorrow for Valentine's Day. Make sure you spend it outdoors. Even warmer for Sunday with increasing clouds, also increasing winds, especially as we head into President's Day. Eventually, it's going to feel more like February as we get into next week. But for President's Day, I mean, we're talking about temperatures into the 60s, but a noticeable change by Tuesday and Wednesday, and then eventually even finally some snow here across the valley floors. And it's been a historic low snow for us here in Salt Lake City. I mean, just truly remarkable when you think about us only seeing a 1/10 of an inch of snow so far. Typically, in a given average year, 38 inches, right around 38 inches or so is what we typically see falling up to this date in time. So we are well below normal here. We've got a lot of catching up to do, and it'll start next week. The National Weather Service giving it about a 75% chance of snow greater than 1 inch. So it is trending snowier and colder, and we'd love to see that. We'll continue to keep you updated. In the meantime, though, this evening, those temperatures on the chilly side, we're down into the 40s, still technically a little bit above normal, but definitely cooler than yesterday. Our storm is moving out of here, still impacting Colorado with a few isolated showers, some stronger storms and more moisture in the New Mexico area, Arizona. That's basically where the bulk of the moisture is. We are just dealing with some residual cloudy skies across southeastern Utah, sunshine further up towards the north, a few sprinkles here across some of the higher terrain of southern Utah, but that's really about it. We can put this storm behind us and we can enjoy the weekend ahead. With increasing clouds again as we head into Sunday, increasing winds as well. Monday will actually be pretty nice for the majority of the day and dry, but there's our storm inching closer to the state, and by late Monday evening after sunset, we start to see some showers pretty much all across the entire state, up into the mountains, all valley rain, all mountain snow here, starting off pretty warm. But as we get through Tuesday morning, that storm is now behind us. We're dry, but that storm number 2, here it is. By Tuesday afternoon and evening, this will be the colder storm, and this is when we have the chance to see some snow across the valley floors and maybe even accumulating snow from Tuesday evening into the overnight, lingering into Wednesday. Some models even show some lingering showers into Thursday and Friday. So again, this is the best chance of snow here in the valleys that we have seen all winter long. To give you you some perspective there. Still many days away, so we'll continue to keep you updated on the potential totals. But know that for overnight, we're down into the 30s and 20s. We've got highs tomorrow into the 50s, mild weather, a little bit cloudy up towards the north, but plenty of sunshine down towards the south. And for St. George, you're going to go from 66 on Monday to 54 on Tuesday. There's the showers Tuesday and Wednesday, drying out by Friday. Across the Wasatch Front, we go from 61 Monday, periods of rain on Tuesday, snow on Wednesday, with some lingering snow showers Thursday and into Friday.
Sean, thank you. Coming up here on Arc Salt Lake, the Utah DWR's canines are showing off their skills this weekend, where you can watch them.
The Super Bowl of Caring. Brought to you by America First Credit Union, Smith's, Check City, Ford, Balance of Nature, and Rocky Mountain Power.
You can help us end childhood hunger in Utah with the Super Bowl of Caring. All you do is scan the QR code you see on your screen there. You can go to KUTV.com/donate. You'll find more information on how to help donate. Even $10 can help feed a child for the entire weekend. Welcome back. The Division of Wildlife Resources canine officers are showing off their skills this weekend. You can see the dogs at the DWR booth at the Western Hunting and Conservation Expo. It's happening at the Salt Palace in downtown Salt Lake. Officers say they use the dogs to help solve wildlife poaching cases. Canines can also help find missing people in the wilderness. The expo runs through Sunday. And on Monday, you can visit the national parks for free in honor of President's Day. In order to prepare for a busy weekend, Zion National Park has some tips for visitors. They say be prepared for traffic in Springdale at park entrances and also throughout the park. Make backup plans in case your original destination is full. Shuttles do not run on President's Day weekend, so drivers can use their personal vehicles on Zion Canyon Scenic Drive. And be sure to arrive early as that parking can fill up quickly. Well, today's the 13th, Friday the 13th. In honor of this day, some Utah haunted houses are open tonight. That includes Nightmare on 13th and the Institute of Terror in Salt Lake City. Doors open at 7, they'll close at 11. There's also special twists in honor of Valentine's Day. Nothing like mixing horror and love all at once. If you can't make it, the haunted houses will be open again Friday the 13th next month again. We're keeping tabs on that earthquake that happened about 2 miles northwest of West Valley City just after 6:30 p.m. tonight at 3.5 magnitude. I think a lot of you felt it. We're going to be keeping tabs on that and all the breaking news throughout the night. We'll see you back here for 2 News at 9 and again on KUTV at 10.